Blake Lively is a mean girl who has bullied people on set before, according to this article and according to this woman, whose name is also Barbara. Yes, you heard me right. She worked on the set of A Simple Favor, to which there is going to be a sequel called Another Simple Favor. Anyway, fans' eyes quickly turned to the comments where one Barbara Streisand wished him well on the sequel while acknowledging her own nightmare experience on the first installment, A Simple Favor. In a lengthy comment, she cryptically wrote this from the account called Barbed Wire TV. That's actually funny because my best friend has always called me Barbie since before first grade. I've had people call me Babs. I've had people call me Barb. I've had people call me Barbara Bush. You can just use your imagination. Why? Yeah. Because for many years I was organic, but I've never thought about barbed wire because I always associated barbed wire with Pamela Anderson, her tattoo, the show, like all of it, the cartoon. But Barbed Wire TV goes on to say this: I worked with you on the first one. My experience with everyone was absolutely amazing, except for a certain someone who is the reason I quit being an AD. Guess who that person is, ... I wish you all the best with this, though. So who could she possibly be talking about? Well, Blake Lively, duh. Well, this is where fans started noticing in the comments section that she was referring to Blake. And this says, damn, this certain someone made her leave her whole career behind? ? Things must have been bad. She didn't reveal behavior specifics. Heck, she didn't even name the actress. But it didn't take long for fans to point out as to who the mystery person in question is. This is not the first time that Blake Lively has been mean or rude or inappropriate towards other people, other cast members or staff. When she did the movie Cafe Society, the Woody Allen movie, in 2016, they were promoting it. This investigative journalist has a YouTube channel. She has been very vocal about this since 2016 when this interview happened. 2 days prior to this interview, Blake Lively had announced that she was pregnant with, I believe, her second child. This interviewer starts off with saying, "Congratulations on your little bump," where she quips back, "Congratulations on your little bump." And remember, Blake Lively is known as the Plantation Princess and Ryan Reynolds the Plantation Prince because they got married at Boone Hall Plantation in South Carolina. And remember, when she did the Cafe Society film with Woody Allen and was dubbed a Woody Allen apologist, Taylor Swift had already been friends with her. And remember, Blake Lively is quoted as saying in a text message to Justin Baldoni, which is an exhibit that has been submitted to the court in lawsuits, okay? And there are 6 different legal complaints and lawsuits going on surrounding Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, that Blake Lively was quoted as saying she does not do anything creative she touches, that Taylor Swift and Ryan Reynolds are her creative voices, the people that help her before she does any creative project, that she runs it by them first. Taylor Swift was friends with her in 2015 and 2016 when she was filming Cafe Society with Woody Allen and when she was promoting it. And you know what's funny is if you don't know about the SA allegations against Woody Allen, I would highly suggest you look into it because his one biological child, Ronan Farrow, who took down Harvey Weinstein and falsely accused Matt Lauer and cost him his entire job and career with NBC, the father of the Me Too movement, is friends with Taylor Swift. And she thought it was a good idea to have her very close friend, who she's godmother to 3 of their 4 children, all 3 of their daughters, James, Inez, and Betty. She thought it was a good idea to have her play in a Woody Allen film. Well, that's why she's dubbed the Woody Allen apologist. But Barbed Wire TV goes on to say, "Thanks for the kindness. I want to avoid attention around this, but I will say she was cruel to many. I know I cried my way home many nights because you try so hard to please someone who is never pleased. And puts you down constantly, I can't believe it's actually getting back at her. Karma is real. Karma is real. Whoa, that's insane and so bad for Blake. This is all just so incredibly damaging to her career and not at all helpful to her legal defense. You know what is more damaging to her career and not helpful to her legal defense? Making false allegations, bullying, harassing, being rude and mean to other people. I would say it's Blake Lively's own actions, words, choices, behaviors, and decisions that have cost her career to plummet, and her reputation is never going to recover from this. This is going to drive her down to a place lower than where she ever began. 2 whole women quit their jobs and their careers because of Blake Lively. Whatever happened to believing all women or supporting all women? Or does that only apply to your frenemies in Hollywood? Because we certainly know the sequel, Another Simple Favor, that it likely was not Anna Kendrick who was the problem, but Blake Lively. And all the fans down in the comments, they knew it. They knew it. And her saying, I don't want to be involved with all the stuff that's going around. Yeah, you don't want to be involved in 6 different legal complaints or lawsuits going around. Yeah, who would? Who would want to be involved in all that? Blake Lively does. Because it was she, herself, and her who made all of this happen. And if you think for a single moment that people are not going to embark on their civil, constitutional, and basic human rights to defend themselves, to have their reputation intact, to have their business intact, to not have their career and livelihood completely threatened and taken away from them just because the whims of one little brat, one little entitled brat, who just coincidentally happens to be middle-aged, Caucasian, female. Yeah, privilege definitely exists. And she's also friends with another middle-aged Caucasian female who thinks she just owns the entire world, that she can fly a jet 5 times in one day and dump over 8,000 metric tons of CO2 into the atmosphere every single year. Yeah, that's every 365 days, people. Least we not forget that she actually credited Gordon Reynolds and gave special thanks to Gordon Reynolds, who is Ryan Reynolds playing Nice Pool. Because in his own Deadpool movie, Nice Pool is played by Gordon Reynolds. There is nothing more narcissistic and FU than to do that to somebody on their own movie. And what's crazy is that Justin Baldoni probably didn't even realize that. Not to mention that Candace Owens is the one that found this entire quote about him living out his fantasy of taking the life of Nice Pool, who is the character, him making fun of Justin Baldoni and globally humiliating the man, making him Nice Pool, the character, which then he goes and takes his life. Ryan Reynolds, you're sick. There's something wrong with that. There's something seriously bizarre about that you had this fantasy that you had to live out in you. You know what's also crazy?
Say, okay, I believe in this, and that's why I'm standing up for it, and that's why I'm not being difficult. And then there are other moments to go like, am I the asshole in the room? Like, what is happening here? I would show up on a set. I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. But I also knew that like that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, in creating the character. And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled. So I think that for them, sometimes that might have felt like a rug pull because you're like, you're trying to assert yourself into something that we didn't hire you to do.
Justin Baldoni was given directorial debut to Scarlett Johansson, and Ryan Reynolds wants his wife to be director.